it. Vidal. Messi just asking the official to make sure that Buffal keeps the correct distance. I'm not sure that Buffal does. Either way, it's another corner for Barcelona. The short one not really coming off there for them. It's taken short again. Here's Dembélé. Typical turn of his. Gets it back onto the left foot, then onto the right. Just missed the opportunity of passing it through to Leo Messi. And it's Aspas on the break. Clatters into Jordi Alba. Play on, says the referee. Down goes Bryce.
Well, I think Iago Aspas quite fancy.
Sorry again guys, we have started from 5 minutes due to our net issue, my friends, but keep supporting us. Soon we will be reviewing this issue. Now guys, enjoy the game. Sorry for interruption.
Maxi coming up against Jordi Alba. Loose ball from Rakitic, collected by Bryce. Maxi goes down, wins a free kick under the challenge of Jordi Alba. Well, that's the challenge from Alba. If anything, obstruction.
Well, the referee clearly felt it was a foul because you saw him put his arms out as if to say he was playing advantage.
It's played back to Ruben Blanco. He in turn finds Araujo. Mayo, good ball to Aspas, who wins the throw. It came off Lenglet. Aspas wanting to take it quickly, takes a little stump. It's very slippy, that concrete just off the playing surface. An ironic cheer from some of the Barca fans as Aspas slid there. He's back on the ball again. Foul. Losing out on the edge of the box to Vidal, who plays a lovely little flick pass to Semedo. Vidal again, forced back this time to Gerard Piqué.
He's so clever, Arturo Vidal. Very rarely loses the ball, very rarely takes the wrong option.
Here's Lenglet. Busquets, I should say, returns it to Piqué. Semedo making a run, Piqué spots him. Ball just a little bit behind the fullback as he takes on Mathan, plays it back to Vidal. Piqué again. Rakitic under pressure from Bryce Mendes, squares it to Piqué. Piqué looking for Alba. It's a good ball. Alba controls well, but can only win a corner. That was blocked by Araujo. Third corner of the opening 8 minutes for Barcelona.
The fans really enjoyed that, didn't they? They'd spotted that Jordi Alba was in acres of space on this near side. They were waiting for the ball to be delivered to him, and you could hear the appreciation when it was, and when Jordi Alba then controlled it so well.
Messi finds Rakitic. Messi again. This is Alba. Dembélé. Messi bundled off the ball by Maxi. Bryce unable to link up. It's floated over the top. Messi was through there as a crucial interception by David Costas. Foul over the top, trying to link with Hugo Mayo, but it will be a Barcelona throw.
Vital from Costas, really good interception, read it beautifully well. Absolutely vital because Messi was away. He'd already started on his run. The rocket burners were on and he was going to latch onto that ball, so really, really important interception from David Costas.
Alba, a step over there from Dembélé. Again, it was well handled by the defence. Araujo on this occasion. Dembélé keeps the ball in play. Does well to find Suarez. Vidal was making a run into the box. Instead, it's played back to Semedo. Vidal. Messi gets there ahead of Busquets. Lovely ball into Jordi Alba, who hesitates, looks for the return from Messi. The shot stopped, and Dembélé puts it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 to Barcelona. It's a good first save from Ruben Blanco. Magnificent combination between Alba and Messi. It looked as though Alba had lost his opportunity, but he was waiting for the master to arrive. Messi got there to the edge of the box. The ball played back to him from Alba. The shot was firm. Ruben Blanco could only parry it, and pouncing on the rebound, Dembélé. No question of offside there from Alba once again. Look, it looks there as though he's lost the moment, but he knows Messi's coming. Dembélé, the sharpest of the bunch there, waiting for the rebound. Once again, Duncan. Messi starting the attack. Messi putting the shot in. This time his attempt is saved, but Dembélé did the rest.
Yeah, and it was strange. When that ball was played over the top originally, I thought, why on earth hasn't he hit that first time, Jordi Alba, to the back post where Arturo Vidal had made an excellent run? And then I thought, that's why. Because he squared it for his partner in crime, Leo Messi, as he does so often. And Dembélé, in the end, putting the ball into the back of the net. Suarez also very, very clever, because he was in an offside position, but he made sure he stayed out of the way of the goalkeeper so he wasn't interfering with play.
Once again, Jordi Alba making the perfect decision. It is astonishing how often he's absolutely right in his decision-taking. Here's Rakitic. Finds Messi superbly. Messi trying to feed that through the defence to Suarez. The rebound coming to Busquets. Picks out Dembélé. Returning it to Messi on the edge of the box. Rakitic just misreading his intentions there. Rebound falling to Bryce. There's Iago Aspas trying to get away from Lenglet, who stood up to him long enough to win the throw-in.
Good defending from Lenglet. And he got a high five from Jordi Alba, stayed with Iago Aspas, shielded him towards the edge of the pitch, and in the end, Aspas ran the ball out of play.
Well, that replay we just saw was Bryce Mendez going down under the challenge of Alba straight from the restart after going 1-0 down. And Bryce certainly had a good look at the ref and a word with him. There's a poor one from Lenglet. Aspas winning it back. Rakitic back to Lenglet. This time he finds Vidal. And now square to Gerard Piqué. Vidal. Busquets. Again finding Alba. Getting into some really early attacking positions down this left flank. Combining with Dembélé superbly. Keeps the ball in play. Cleared by Araujo. Applause from the Camp Nou.
Well, Barca are causing absolute havoc down this left-hand side. Dembélé's come across to the left, and Hugo Mayo just doesn't know what to do. The defenders, the midfielders aren't coming back. Bryce Mendez isn't coming back to help out in defence. Jordi Alba's stretching Hugo Mayo, and he's got a simple ball to Dembélé, who is all alone, and it's really worrying times for Celta at the moment.
Interesting as they waited for that throw-in to come in. Hugo Mayo, this loose ball picked up by Vidal. He finds Leo Messi. Close control by Messi, bundled off the ball. Josabeth clearing to Bryce. Bryce in turn finding Iago Aspas. First time ball intercepted by Rakitic. The danger cleared by Gerard Piqué. But you can see Hugo Mayo with his arms wide, asking his defenders, what's going on here? What's going on is that Semedo is now attacking down the right. The ball gets away from him, collected by Araujo. Will be a Celta Vigo throw. They're really struggling out there, Duncan.
Look at Barca at the moment. Messi over on the right, Dembélé through the middle, and Suarez on this left-hand side. They're constantly switching the front three. It's so difficult to pick them all up. And with Jordi Alba joining the attack as well down this left-hand side, it's crazy moments for Celta.
Dembélé. There's Suarez. Dembélé was annoyed with himself at that pass. He felt he overhit it. Suarez gets it back in the box. Araujo clears only as far as Rakitic. Rakitic sends it back, just too firm for Leo Messi.
Well, they're running right, aren't they, Barca at the moment? Not too many clear-cut opportunities, but you know that they're really, really close to having another crack on goal and quite possibly scoring the second.
Here's Okai for Celta. Offered support there from Buffal. Josabeth to Okai. Good challenge from Busquets, getting there ahead of Jozabed. Dembélé. Lenglet to Busquets. Leo Messi coming into lots of early contact with the ball. Put into touch by Mathan. Semedo wins another throw for Barcelona. Messi to Alba, first time volley pass back to Rakitic, who finds Dembélé. Busquets, Leo Messi. He's got Semedo to his right, but prefers to feed that one to Vidal. Dembélé roaming freely across the front of attack. Busquets struggling to control that, the pressure from Aspas. Avoids the challenge from Maxi Gomez. Lenglet picks out Jordi Alba. Rakitic. Alba first time. Swallows returned it to him. He did well to find Dembélé. Messi! Alba! Just maybe over-elaborating there, although Vidal was arriving to the edge of the box. Jordi Alba stays down in the Celta penalty area. Referee unmoved, but the ball played into touch quite sportingly by Mathan.
Yeah, not something we see so much these days. The players have no obligation whatsoever to put the ball into touch, and it's the referee who has to stop the play these days. It was a good challenge, I think, by Hugo Mayo. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not, actually.
Yeah, it looked as though there was a bit of a follow-through there. Jordi Alba stays down and receives treatment. There's Messi's ball over the top. I mean, how do you defend it? You know it's going to happen, Duncan. It happens all the time.
And this run into the box. You know that he's going to follow it in.
Yeah.
It's like an up and under in rugby. You know that when a player kicks a ball high, he's going to run on and catch it. And with Messi, when he plays that up and under, when he knocks it over the top, you know he's going to join the attack. You know he's going to receive the ball from Jordi Alba. But can you stop him? No.
I mean, the only difference...
What a goal it was, my friends.
The carbon copies we've seen so often in the past.
Great game, Dembélé.
Ruben Blanco managed to block his shot, and it was Dembélé who put the rebound in. That's the unusual aspect of that attack.
Right.
Sorry, I have to say in middle and sequence frequency or timing so that this video can't get a copyright. Sorry guys, please enjoy the stream. In middle I can communicate or just commentate. Thank you. Enjoy.
Well, problems for Jordi Alba, who's gone off to get treatment. Juan Miranda, the 18-year-old, is on the bench. He's more comfortable playing at left back, so he's the man warming up. He's the man we might well see if Jordi Alba can't get back on the pitch. That'll be fascinating to see an 18-year-old from Barca's Masia getting a run out tonight against a team like Celta and having to take on a man like this, vastly experienced Hugo Mayo. Jozabed, Bryce. He's claiming a handball against Lenglet. The referee, I think, has just given a corner.
Iago Aspas as well, right in the referee's face, as you'd expect. Let's see this one again. No, absolutely no way. It's right by his side. It strikes him on the arm, there's no question about that, but Lenglet has not got his arm in an unnatural position. He doesn't move the arm towards the ball. Never a penalty in a million years.
Well, the corner's played short. It'll have to be retaken as the referee waves Jordi Alba back onto the pitch. He's received treatment. You've got to feel a bit sorry for young Juan Miranda.
We saw him against Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League, Juan Miranda, and he struggled, to be fair. But it would have been a great opportunity, as you say, to have come on against a team like Celta.
Hugo Mayo to take the corner. Swings it in long, nobody got a touch on that. It's collected by Josebed. Whips it back into the box, headed clear by Vidal, only as far as Hugo Mayo. That's a firm challenge. Throw into Celta. Bryce Mendez looking to collect the return ball there. Free kick has been given, in fact. This could be dangerous. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, if there's one weakness in his game, it's judging the ball just about on the edge of that 6-yard area, isn't it?
They have struggled, Barca, not just from free kicks and corners, but any crosses into the box this season.
It's whipped in short, poorly struck, really. Another opportunity, though, for Bryce. Was dispossessed by Suarez. Just bullied off the ball there, finds Dembélé. Dembélé is showing his pace, finds Messi. Messi's return ball, Dembélé can get there. Just ahead of him was the keeper. Araujo blocking Jordi Alba's attempt from the edge of the box from the rebound. Dembélé's down. The home fans appealing for a foul from the challenge from Ruben Blanco, who's very quick to see the danger, rushed off his line. Live, I thought he got there cleanly, Duncan.
I thought he did. It was so exciting, wasn't it? Because it was one of those that you really didn't know who was going to get to the ball first. The pass from Messi is almost perfect. Look how he threads it through the defence. And it was anyone's ball, and Ruben does really well to slide out and make contact with the ball. Definitely not a foul. The goalkeeper does superbly well.
I think Dembélé actually trips. He gets his toes stuck in the turf there. You can see the divots come up. Tumbles over Ruben. And there's contact there, but obviously Ruben had cleared the ball by that time. I think the referee, Mr. Prieto Iglesias, got that one absolutely right. I'm not saying Dembélé kind of hurt himself as he went over the keeper.
Yeah.
But as you said, the ball from Messi, not quite perfect. 99%.
It was 99%, and like I say, it was even Dembélé wasn't sure if he was going to make it or not, and that's why I think he probably tripped, because right at the last second, maybe he puts the brakes on when he realises that he's not going to make the pass, but up until that split second, just about here, you weren't sure if he was going to get there or not. And you're right, he trips on his own foot. He actually kicks his left leg with his right boot.
But, I mean, he got, what, a 3-yard advantage over Josebed in 10 yards. That just gives you an idea of how quick he is. Here is Josebed. Okay, gives it away to Rakitic. Rakitic through the middle for Suarez to chase. He doesn't quite have the pace of Dembélé. And it was Costas who cleared, and Araujo sends it high and deep.
Well, after seeing Dembélé run previous to that, it almost looked like Suarez was going backwards, didn't it?
Here's Bryce. Finds Hugo Mayo. Back inside to Okay. Josebed to Boufal. Cross in from Mathan. And on the edge of the box, foul committed, to the disappointment there of Hugo Mayo. Bryce Mendez on Ivan Rakitic. Free kick to Barcelona. That's been a lively first half of this opening period, Duncan.
Yeah, it's absolutely flown by, and here's the goal again, and you can see from that angle how the pass was absolutely on for Arturo Vidal. He made sure he'd stayed behind the ball as well. You can see him with his arms in the air as if to say, why hasn't it come my way? And then he probably, as we did, realised why.
Oh, that's why, yeah. But it was incredible, because it did look live, and I think I actually said live, that he'd lost his moment, lost his opportunity. Completely. But he was waiting for the gap to appear. And when it did, the pass directly to the feet of Messi, who, as you pointed out, will have been disappointed with his actual shot. I think Ruben might be disappointed not to have held on to it. Here's Hugo Mayo, gets away from Dembélé. Now Iago Aspas. And Gled sticking with him. Josebed gets through Rakitic's legs. Maxi! Good save from ter Stegen. That's the danger of this Celta side. Maxi Gomez has got such an eye for goal. And he places this one. And a little bit unsighted at first, perhaps. Candidate ter Stegen did well to get down and hold it on the second attempt.
It's a really good save from ter Stegen, because he has to get down quickly. It looked as though in that slow motion replay that Maxi just placed it with the inside of his foot, but he hit that with power as well.
Luis Suarez for Barcelona. Semedo. Oh, neat turn. Busquets to Dembele. Rakitic. Alba nonchalantly picks out Busquets. Rakitic returning it to Barca's left back. Dembele goes down. Rakitic gets the rebound. Van Rakitic again, plenty of space wide on the right for Semedo. Busquets spots it. Lovely ball over the top from Busquets. Semedo. Suarez, return ball. Semedo get there, cutting it back into the area. And it's cleared by Yokai. And kept in play by Buffal. Brilliant. Who does really well to get away from Busquets. Aspas. This is looking more promising for Celta. He's got Maxi to his right. Maxi Gomez. Well, you can see what he's trying to do, but he put it between two men. He put it between Mathan and Josabeth.
Sorry guys, net is my friends. तर केही न केटा बिस्तारै बिस्तारै इस्यु पनि हटाउने प्रयास गर्दैछु म बीचमा कमेन्ट्री गर्छु कि हाम्रो भिडियोमा कपिराइट नलागोस् है त्यसको लागि क्षमा छ तर के गर्ने केही न केही त गर्नु पर्यो ल केटा अब म गए एन्जॉय द स्ट्रीम सरी एन्जॉय द गेम प्ले
The midfielders always helping out in defence.
Okay, an awkward one for Semedo to control. Did well to bring that one down, but he's harried by two sky blue shirts, Buffal and Mathan. There's that piece of caviar by Sofiane Buffal, former Southampton player, of course, the Moroccan. Okai collects that, but it'll be a free kick for the challenge by Hugo Mayo on Ousmane Dembele. Dembele's received one or two messages from the Celta players, Hugo Mayo in particular. The Celta captain gives 110% every time he pulls that sky blue shirt on. And Dembele's noted that. Messi, and turn goes down, play on, says the referee. The home crowd not too happy with that decision.
Well, they wanted a free kick, didn't they? Because that's perfect Messi territory.
Piqué with the interception. It comes to Semedo, wins the throw-in.
And talking about Barca defending in numbers under this man, Ernesto Valverde, Simon, here's the Messi run and potential foul. I think maybe it was, to be honest. Maybe should have been a free kick for Barca, but
I mean, he clearly got contact on the ball, and I think that's probably what convinced the ref, but it did look as though there might have been a bit of an arm tug going on at the same time. Difficult decisions for the referee.
But this Barca setup with no, if you like, luxury players in midfield, with hard-working, tactically intelligent players like Busquets, Rakitic and Vidal, means that Barca are very hard to break down because they do defend in numbers. There's no Coutinho, for example. A lot of people calling for Coutinho maybe in the Iniesta role, but there's a big difference between Coutinho and Iniesta, and there's a huge difference between Coutinho and Vidal.
Well, everybody stopped. The ball's still in play. The linesman's flag stayed down. The Camp Nou incensed as Aspas dispossessed and wins a free kick committed by Vidal. You've got to play to the whistle, and that's what the Barca players failed to do. Hugo Mayo did and got away with it.
And it's not really the referee's fault, is it? I think the ball has gone out, to be honest.
I think it has, quite clearly. I mean, and if it hasn't, surely it's handball. Yeah. Absolutely absurd, because okay, maybe if you looked at it from the from above, maybe it wasn't 100% over the line, but it certainly appeared to be. The linesman unmoved.
We've just seen Jason Murillo in the stands, the new Barca signing. signed on loan from Valencia till the end of the season with a 25 million buyout clause. A strange decision. A lot of people scratching their heads about this one because he'd only played 3 times for Valencia all season, and that's in all 3 competitions, once in the Cup, once in the Champions League, once in La Liga. No one can really understand it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you've got Piqué and Lenglet who are out there. Vermaelen can't really rely on him not to pick up a knock,
because he has picked up another one. He's out for another month.
Marcelino was forced to come out earlier this weekend and say that you know, there was no problem between him and Murillo. Simply that they've been playing really well in central defence all season. They do have an excellent defensive record as Messi seeks out Vidal, and that Diakabi had come in as well. Suarez angles the shots, not too far off target.
Yeah, that's the thing, as you say, after Ezequiel Garay and Paulista and Diakabi, he became the 4th choice centre-back, Jason Murillo. But you're quite right, Marcelino said this week, well, no one can say I've got a personal issue with him because there's no facts to back that up whatsoever. That's just been the case.
Yeah, and having said that, I still think there's a feeling that maybe there was a personal thing there.
I think there must have been. I think there must have been. For him to have played so few minutes.
Floated over the top, vaguely in the direction of Aspas. Well dealt with by Lenglet. Piqué picks it up, finds Semedo.
Even so, Simon, it is one of those strange signings, a bit like Paulinho when he joined Barca, and people were saying Barca's one of, if not the biggest team in Europe, and they're signing a player from the Chinese league. It didn't seem right, and you know, the same can be said when Barca are signing Valencia's 4th choice centre-back.
Still Celta insisting, losing his footing there, and a chance on the break for Dembélé. Suarez ahead of him, Messi to his right. He picks out Messi, who in turn has got Rakitic to his right. A lovely little step over there from Dembélé. Return ball. Oh, and it's so nearly fell to Suarez. Messi collects it. Tries to chip over the top, but the whistle has gone for offside. Nearly getting in one heck of a mess there, Ruben Blanco. There's Messi. Lovely little step over. He's almost nutmegged, really, Dembélé there. And Araujo got a touch when he should really have left it for Ruben Blanco. And Messi so bright and so quick.
The flag's up against Suarez. I'm not sure he was ever really interfering with play. He certainly never touched the ball. He didn't really get in any of the defenders' way. And Leo Messi with that attempted chip. I mean, that's another one of those things that only real geniuses are capable of. How did he know where everybody was in order to then just turn and on the turn flick it over the goalkeeper? Okay, it didn't go in the back of the net, but his vision is absolutely incredible.
Araujo for Celta. Josebed picks out Mathan. Costa. Costas returning it to Josebed. Foul. Bryce. Celta haven't got the ball to Bryce's feet enough, it seems to me, in this first half hour of the game.
I agree, because he's key for them, absolutely key.
Foul, not quite communicating with Mathan there. Here's Vidal, now Rakitic. Barca so quick to play the ball out. Suarez, lovely footwork. Surely tugged back there. Yes, wins the free kick. Mathan the culprit. Suarez not happy, but the whistle gone. It's poorly taken. Lenglet square to Piqué. And now Jordi Alba. Lenglet back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Piqué gives it away. Yokai quick to find Boufal. Aspas. Vidal with the block. The ball coming back to Iago Aspas. Costas to Araujo. That was a poor ball. And Rakitic goes down and stays down. Clattered into by Jozabed. And referee unmoved until finally blowing the whistle. And there's a word with Ivan Rakitic. It's a poor ball from Araujo. And
it's a foul.
It's a foul, no question, from Jozabed Sanchez.
I mean, it's not a naughty one, it's not a nasty one, because it was a 50-50.
Or maybe a 49-51. That's,
yeah, exactly.
That's why he got there late.
Yeah, no, precisely. He was just outwitted and beaten to the ball by Ivan Rakitic with a good sliding challenge, and it's a foul and should have been a free kick.
That's one of the better turnouts of the season, I think it's fair to say, in the Camp Nou. Few empty seats, not too many.
Well, as you described it right at the start of the game, it's a really attractive football match, isn't it? Between two sides that play good football, that score lots of goals, that go on the attack, that have, as we mentioned before, 4 of La Liga's 5 top-scoring strikers, the only one missing, Christian Stuani. So it was always going to be an attractive game of football and a really good turnout.
Problems for Ruben Blanco, receiving treatment, taking advantage of the fact that Rakitic, he's got a cut on his cheek, presumably from the clash with Dembélé earlier on. Or is it from this one? Oh, right, yeah, it's Araujo who gets him. I was going to say the Dembélé collision on the edge of the box was perhaps too long ago. Araujo doing his own keeper there.
Well, it's a painful one, and the goalkeeper's brave to slide out in the way he does, because he knows there's every chance he's going to clatter into his centre-back, or be clattered by his centre-back.
A nice smile on his face, but the cut is quite clear. Meanwhile, his Jozabed's attempt to slide the ball through. Mayo a little back heeler, and Maxi's snap shot with the inside of the right foot. Big admirer of Maxi Gomez. We always talk about Aspas, but Maxi's the perfect number 9 to play alongside him. And there's a famous face watching on, Andres Iniesta, back in the Camp Nou, his spiritual home.
Absolutely. Came here as a youngster, came up through the La Masia youth setup at Barcelona, joined as a 13-year-old kid. Went through some difficult times, missed his family a great deal, but turned out to be one of Barca's greatest ever midfielders.
One of Spain's greatest ever midfielders, one of Europe's greatest ever midfielders.
Definitely.
And now one of China's greatest ever midfielders.
Japan.
Japan, I beg your pardon. Is Araujo. Jozabed. Hugo Mayo. Problems for Alba. Araujo. Oh, gives it away cheaply. Messi collecting it right on the centre circle. Still Messi. He's got Dembélé to his left. Still Messi. And in the end, he ran out of options.
Not that anyone's ever going to get frustrated with Leo Messi, but had that been Dembélé, or had that been Dembélé 6 weeks to 2 months ago, they'd have been whistling around the Camp Nou, because Messi had so many options, and it's very rare to say it, but he chose the wrong one.
Can Celta take advantage? Collected here, advantage played by the referee. It's Iago Aspas making a run. Maxi! Is Mayo! Oh, what a shame from Hugo Mayo. And look at the response of his fellow Celta players in the 6-yard area. Just saw the goal there and thought, here's my chance. But again, talk about choosing the wrong option.
Yeah, and not just that, the technique was all wrong as well. He was leaning back, he sliced it wide. Terrible from Hugo Mayo.
Leo Messi to Suarez. Vidal and Dembélé in the area. Messi hanging back. And Suarez miscuing it, or overhitting it. Intelligent flick on by Aspas, but there was no one there to collect it.
Interesting, Simon, to see how much Arturo Vidal is attacking that right-hand post, often because Dembélé's on this left-hand side, and he knows that Leo Messi isn't going to be going in towards that back post. Leo Messi almost always on the edge of the box, and it really falls to Arturo Vidal to be the man who makes that back post run.
Barca insistent. That one flicked over the top by Suarez, cut back by Alba. And it was Okay who managed to clear, only as far as Dembélé, who loses his footing. Mayo taking advantage, I should say, in fact, Bryce sends it down the line. Celta being overwhelmed right now. Busquets gives it straight away to Okay, though. Boufal. He's got Aspas to his left. Aspas wanted it ahead of him in the area, didn't get it. Picks out Maxi Gomez. And, well, not the most painless of blocks there from Sergio Busquets.
There was a groan, wasn't there, that rang around the stadium.
He thought about going down, I think. Stayed on his feet. There's Myers. You've got Iago Aspas on the far post there. Messi. Just failing to take the final decision there. Swung in by Bryce. Piqué got ahead to it. Alba. Mayo all the way back to Ruben Blanco. Sends it straight back. Should be no problems for Ter Stegen. Semedo. Leo Messi inside to Arturo Vidal. Gerard Piqué. Messi picks out Rakitic. Now Jordi Alba. Dembélé. Rakitic. Okay was right on top of him. He plays to Busquets, who in turn picks out Semedo. Vidal. Caught napping on the ball there by Mathan. By Boufal, I should say. But he wins the free kick, as Sofiane Boufal was deemed to have just brought him down. Vidal to take it. Finds Rakitic. Alba making a run, and it got away from Bryce. Alba cuts it back to Dembélé. Dembélé trying to thread it through to Messi. Too many sky blue shirts in the way, though. Aspas. Again, perfect timing by Gerard Piqué. He's dispossessed by Maxi Gomez. And thankfully for Gerard Piqué, the whistle goes. Maxi Gomez not too convinced by the referee's decision there. It's kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but the referee's always going to give the advantage to the defender on the ball there. Meanwhile, here's Suarez trying to get away from David Costas, paying him close attention. Semedo can't reach it. Vidal. Rakitic was taken off him by Bryce. Rakitic responded well and gets the applause of the home crowd. Vidal
Brilliant from Lenglet as well. They're combining so quickly with Jordi Alba. That really felt like a Barcelona centre-back combining with the left-back, didn't it?
Sergio Busquets into the final minute of this opening half. Probably be some time added on. There was that stoppage while Ruben Blanco received treatment for a cut above his eye. Here's Jordi Alba. Dembélé making a run. What a ball through for Leo Messi! 2-0!
Goal! What a goal by our legend Lionel Messi. Great game, great goal, and again pass from Jordi Alba. Destructive duo in Barca. And Aspas for Aspas got yellow. Now guys, enjoy the match. See you soon after next goal or in the inning break.
Pass. Look at this from Jordi Alba, right into space between the defenders, right into the path of Leo Messi, and well, it's a simple finish for him.
Cannot stop that. You cannot stop that. Brilliant ball from Busquets, I think, to pick out Alba in the first place. It's a three-pass move. Pim, pam, boom. Goal.
Easy. And it's incredible.
Except it's not.
Certainly looks it. And the finish as well. Leo Messi made that look easy. And I think this is probably what Iago Aspas was complaining about, because had they held on to possession here, then Barca wouldn't have had a free kick. The ball wouldn't have ended up with Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. He wouldn't have made the pass to Messi, and it wouldn't have been a second goal. Very easy for Aspas to suggest to the referee. But time and again, you see Iago Aspas getting himself into these altercations with the referee, because don't forget, he is a Celta fan. It's very much like having a fan on the pitch at times, a fan with incredible football ability, but a fan who occasionally can't stop himself from running over to the referee and telling him exactly what he thinks.
Look, all due respect to Celta Vigo and the quality of players they've got, there's plenty of players out there now as Semedo takes the ball with a certain amount of ease off Bufal. Plenty of quality players out there, but it's not a Barcelona, it's not a Real Madrid,
No.
It's not a Sevilla or an Atletico Madrid either. And if you're the quality player that Iago Aspas is at times, it must be a little frustrating, because you're not playing with 10 teammates of the same level as yours, and I think that sometimes affects him mentally out there. And as you say, he does tend to argue the toss a little bit with the referees. There's Busquets picking out Alba. No question that Alba's onside.
Look at Messi's run. This is when he starts to run. He knows that he's going to get picked out by Jordi Alba, and the two players, we've said it time and time again there, they both are in the shot. Brilliant pictures there. They've got such an incredible connection. It's like there's some kind of light around Leo Messi that only Jordi Alba can see, because wherever he is on the pitch, he gets his head up and he can pick him out immediately. It's incredible.
They really do form excellent strike partnership. Jordi Alba bombing up and down the left wing. I mean, to call him a fullback is insulting, really. So much more than that.
Yeah, definitely. And you could say similar things about Dani Carvajal at Real Madrid at the moment. Spain have got the two best fullbacks in the world, I think.
The throw-in goes Barcelona's way. No time to take it as the half-time whistle goes. 3 minutes of extra time added. That won't...
It was a great game till half-time. Hope we can see a hat-trick from our Lionel Messi and few goals from Suarez as well. Guys, sorry for quality, but I sincerely that soon in future the quality will be better. Now guys, I have to comment a few so that we don't get a copyright on this video. Okay guys, hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and help our channel to grow.
Dembélé from connecting, and that's just what they've done. It's 2-0 to Barca at half time, and
And guys, I'm sorry for the first 5 minutes because of my internet issue.
Life is full of challenges, but a champion takes
Because of
on
my
whatever
internet
life
issue,
throws at them. With grit, determination,
many
and
problems are
no
there,
fear.
man, in this
You
whole
defy
life.
the odds.
I'm a
Here
student, so
celebrates
hope
the
you guys
champion
understand
spirit of every man.
my
Be
issue
your own
and my
champion.
problems.
Clear.
But let's see how long we can, how long it takes to settle these problems. Enjoy this match, my friends. Please don't forget to subscribe. And please give a comment or leave a comment in the comment box so that I can read your comments and react with it. Thank you. Now enjoy the match, my friends.
Presenting the all-new Galaxy A9 with the world's first quad camera for telephoto zoom.
Trivago पे अपना आइडियल होटल ढूंढने के लिए आप सैकड़ों फिल्टर्स में से सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। Trivago आपके लिए आइडियल रूम ढूंढता है। फिर Trivago दुनिया के सैकड़ों वेबसाइट्स और एप्स को कंपेयर करता है ताकि आपके लिए एक बेहतर डील ढूंढ सके। होटल Trivago।
29 दिसंबर से बिना रुकावट इन चैनल्स को देखने के लिए अपने केबल या डीटीएच ऑपरेटर को अभी फोन करें और सोनी नेटवर्क का हैप्पी इंडिया पैक लें सिर्फ 31 रुपए प्रति माह।
विराट कोहली का विकेट, पुजारा 4 रन बना के चले वापस। सोच विचार करना होगा टीम में क्या बदलाव चाहिए। 1-1 की बराबरी पे खड़ी हैं दोनों टीमें। अब मजा आएगा मेलबर्न में।
क्या होगी टीम इंडिया की रणनीति अब?
लड़ गिरते पड़ते
By what रणनीति? The person or the team who plays better wins. If Australia plays better, Australia wins. If India plays better, India wins. But I support Rohit Sharma. Hope Rohit plays in the next test match.
बस उन्हें देखती रहो। मैं तो जागती आंखों से भी ना जॉन के सपने देखती हूँ। जॉन? और एजी स्टाइल्स का स्टाइल, उफ, I love them all.
मैं 3-स्टार पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर संग्राम भालेराव छोटे तो त्रास क्या करनी थे तो क्लास।
हाँ इंस्पेक्टर, कितना गुस्सा। मैं तो WWE सुपरस्टार्स की बात कर रही थी।
WWE और उनके सुपरस्टार, ये तो मुझे भी बहुत पसंद है। WWE के ताबड़तोड़ एक्शन
और सिजलिंग धमाल। Only on Sony 10-1
और Sony 10-3 पे। और देखिए हमारी फिल्म सिम्बा।
त्यो दिन थियो डलडली हेर्नु कति मजा आउँथ्यो तर आजकल त डलडली नहेरौँ जस्तो भइरहेको छ। हेर्नु मन लाग्दैन डलडली। No interested in volleyball. I have literally no interest in volleyball. Okay, let's go for football extra shots. Guys, please don't forget to give a like,
Barcelona versus Celta Vigo,
subscribe
celebration time.
and
Christmas
comment
comes early
in
for
this
Barcelona
comment box
as well.
and help
Dembele
us to grow our
and
channel.
Messi getting onto the score sheet. The score there is 2-0 in favor of
I generally post Barcelona
It's a good
matches,
game if you're a
but
Barcelona
soon
fan, not so much if you're a Celta Vigo fan.
I will
They've had
post
their moments in midfield, but
every
have not been
matches
able to
like
make the
from
most
cricket,
out of it. Barcelona leading
from
Chelsea, Dembele
football,
and Messi 2-0
etc.
and
Keep supporting us,
Messi
guys.
has had a bit of
Love
an
you all.
you're talking about just one goal in 45
Enjoy
minutes, Mark.
Yeah, he's got to be
the
taken off immediately.
extra innings
Barcelona, they do what they do
of
best,
football,
don't they? They get Albert
extra
in
shots.
every single
Thank
time,
you.
and he's causing absolute havoc.
Enjoy
But
it.
having said that, they haven't had it all their own way, have they? You know, Celta Vigo still look as though they've got an opportunity to create chances. We've had Aspas going one-on-one and playing it into Malo, who should have done better. So I can see Celta Vigo scoring, but it's a case of how many you can keep Barcelona down to.
Yeah. Celta Vigo were doing decently until the goal happened, but that goal was literally a sucker punch to them. The way it was created, the way Alba got the ball, waited for support, and then laid it on a play to Messi. Messi shooting, the keeper saving, but then Dembele in the right place.
Well, Alba seems to have a second lease of life.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was stung by being dropped from the Spanish team. He's back there and he's in full cry. He's the Dani Alves now for Messi and Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know, springing into attack and, I mean, like Marcelo, but probably a better defender than Marcelo. But Ousmane Dembele, I've been very impressed. The second goal, when we see it, his running off the ball is absolutely world class. The way he drags those defenders off. I mean, he's set aside all his PlayStation indiscretions.
Problems, yeah.
He's shown he's a great talent for the future.
Yep.
And this was a good goal also.
Yeah.
But the second goal by
Let me try for a more high quality, guys.
Space. Of course, Alba's pass was also pinpoint.
Yep. Let's take a look at the second goal.
Data saver, good eye. Let's go for high quality.
Midfield out to Jordi Alba. There it is.
Guys, it is now in high quality. Hope you guys enjoy this.
Yeah. He's taken two defenders with him,
but
which enables
need more good quality, man.
for Messi to run onto the ball. That's being unselfish. And someone who's very selfish. That's That's good. And this is what Barcelona are all about. It's not all about the passing and the scoring. It's about the movement that they have. And that was fantastic by Dembele.
He's been involved in the last 12 goals for Barcelona now in LaLiga, Lionel Messi. That finish that we see, he makes it look so casual and so easy, but it is a great finish there. And when we look at comparisons, not just between Barcelona and Celta Vigo, but the main players, Iago Aspas has, in comparison, not had as great a game as we would have probably expected him to.
He's got upset also. Yeah. He's taken a yellow card after that second goal. I mean, they can come back, but no, Messi is in a different class. There's never any comparison. And when Messi gets it on his favorite left foot with space, acres of space, and no defender closing down, he very rarely misses.
The only comparison between Aspas and Messi is the number 10 on his shirt. Because Messi is far superior.
There's no comparison.
He is. Real Madrid is a team that we want to talk about because Barcelona fans are always interested in what's happening with Real Madrid. They have won. This final scoreline was a 4-1 in favor of Real Madrid and the third consecutive FIFA World Cup. Now, it seems with all the problems that they had in this season, Solari has a cup already, Mark.
Unbelievable, isn't it? And have you seen they're creeping back up, aren't they? They're in fourth, I think it is, at the moment. Not too far behind. So things are starting to get... They're not conceding many goals now. That's the key. And now they're starting to score them. So, yeah, I mean, this is immaterial, isn't it? It's just, it's immaterial. These cups like this, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. But the fact that they're winning it and Solari has got silverware on the table, it's okay.
I think the rub of the green going their way. With River Plate, it would have been a different, it would have been a different story. South America, European clash. Our line were probably just so happy that and their home ground they are playing. They are the types who would have been taking autographs of the Real Madrid players. So everything's gone their way at the end of the year. Good Christmas present for Solari. But I think Ramos and Varane have still managed to concede a goal against Alain. The defense is still shaky.
Still shaky. All right. Let's remind our viewers that we have a fascinating game coming your way later on. Juventus versus AS Roma. This is the match on Sony 10-2. It kicks off at 1 a.m. Remember, we'll try and build up to that once the Barcelona match gets over. Barcelona have been all over Celta Vigo. Any changes in prediction scorelines? You had said 4-2?
I thought 4-2, but I can see Barcelona scoring 4, maybe 4-1.
No way?
Yes, I also agree with Mark. I think the 2 more for Barcelona. Suarez may get into the act, and if Celta Vigo can keep their cool, probably 4-1 or a 3-0 margin.
They definitely need to keep their cool, and Iago Aspas in particular, if they want any sort of result out of this match. It's Barcelona versus Celta Vigo. Second half coming up live after this break.
Trivago पे अपना आइडियल होटल ढूंढने के लिए आप सैकड़ों फिल्टर्स में से सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। Trivago आपके लिए आइडियल रूम ढूंढता है। फिर Trivago दुनिया के सैकड़ों वेबसाइट्स और एप्स को कंपेयर करता है ताकि आपके लिए एक बेहतर डील ढूंढ सके। होटल Trivago। Seems so close, yet so far. I feel your heat, you burning star. Seems so close, yet so far.
Presenting the all-new Galaxy A9 with the world's first quad camera for telephoto zoom.
Thrill ka call. Pro Volleyball. 2nd to 22nd February. Live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3.
29 दिसंबर से बिना रुकावट इन चैनल्स को देखने के लिए अपने केबल या डीटीएच ऑपरेटर को अभी फोन करें और सोनी नेटवर्क का हैप्पी इंडिया पैक लें सिर्फ 31 रुपए प्रति माह।
क्या स्टाइल है, क्या हाइट है, क्या सॉलिड बॉडी है। दिल करता है ना बस उन्हें देखती रहो। मैं तो जागती आंखों से भी ना जॉन के सपने देखती हूँ।
जॉन?
और ईजी स्टाइल्स का स्टाइल, उफ, I love them all.
Hey, my 3-star police inspector संग्राम भालेराव छोटे तो त्रास कैसा मीठे तो क्लास।
हाँ इंस्पेक्टर, कितना गुस्सा। मैं तो WWE सुपरस्टार की बात कर रही थी।
आइला, WWE और उनके सुपरस्टार, ये तो मुझे भी बहुत पसंद है। WWE के ताबड़तोड़ एक्शन
और सिजलिंग धमाल। Only on Sony 10-1
और Sony 10-3 पे और देखिए हमारी फिल्म सिम्बा in a theater near you.
Sony Pictures Sports Network presents
The Perfect Swing.
Clean him up! Sensational piece of bowling.
Non-stop action.
This here is vintage John Cena.
The spectacular aces. The sensational goals.
Brilliant finish.
The biggest sporting stars. And the greatest sporting action from around the world. Only on Sony Pictures Sports Network.
Thrill ka call. Pro Volleyball. 2nd to 22nd February. Live and exclusive on Sony 6 and Sony 10-3.
विराट कोहली का विकेट। पुजारा 4 रन बना के चले वापस।
Nathan Lyon, wonderful delivery.
सोच विचार करना होगा इनमें क्या बदलाव चाहिए। 1-1 की बराबरी पे खड़ी हैं दोनों टीमें। अब मजा आएगा मेलबर्न में।
क्या होगी टीम इंडिया की रणनीति अब?
लड़ झगड़ते गिरते पड़ते वक्त से तीसरा किससे डरते।
तीसरा टेस्ट बुधवार 26 दिसंबर लाइव सोनी 6 और सोनी 10-3 पर।
छोड़ना मत।
Sevilla are only 3 points adrift on the top. And next are Leganes, who are currently bottom dwellers in the Liga. Who will get the crucial win point? Leganes versus Sevilla. Tonight, 8 p.m. live and exclusive on Sony 10-2.
How was Spain? They go crazy for football. And you know what? It's totally contagious. When you watch a match, you become one of them. Can't be football. That's got to be something else.
Ruben Blanco was able to parry Messi's shot, having been set up by that man there on the left of your screen. It's Jordi Alba. His man Dembélé, the quickest off the mark to snaffle up the rebound and put it in the back of the net. So it's 2-0 to Barca. Celta, well, it's been times where it's looked like they've been running through, wading through mud, really. They just haven't seemed to be able to get the spark that we know they're capable of offering, especially up front. Josebed Sanchez, an exquisite ball player, playing behind Aspas and Gomez with Bufal and Bryce Mendes wide. And none of those three players, Josebed, Bufal or Bryce, have had much impact in the first half. Don't you like that?
No, and I think especially Bryce, because he's so important to the way this Celta team plays. He's a creative midfielder who really makes them tick. And he scored 4 goals this season. And we've talked a lot about the strikers, Aspas and Maxi, and the same with Barca, Messi and Suarez, but you could add Dembélé to that, and you need to add Bryce Mendes to that too. Bryce Mendes has scored 4 goals. Dembélé now with 7, scoring his 7th in the first half. Messi, of course, scoring his 15th goal of the season already. This is just week 17, and he's La Liga's top scorer. But Bryce Mendes is a vital cog in this Celta machine, and we haven't really seen him working in this first half.
I mean, it is a big ask, we have to say, to come to the Camp Nou and try and take on Barcelona with the kind of approach to football that Celta Vigo have. The Barca players already out on the pitch. They'll be attacking the goal to the right of your screens for this second half. The Celta players trip out. There's Iago Aspas. Hasn't really had much of a sniff at goal in the opening period. I can't see any changes as yet. Obviously Celta still adapting to the style of the new manager. Just to the right of your screens there, Miguel Cardoso. Looks like Sebastian Lobotka will be coming on in the first half, perhaps to replace Okay. Didn't see too much of the Turkish midfielder in the first half. Yes, indeed, it's Okay replaced by Lobotka, like for like, really, Duncan.
Yeah, although I think a step up with Stanislav Lobotka. He's a very talented young player. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he's someone that we see in one of Europe's biggest clubs one day. I think he's a wonderful central midfielder.
Let's go, guys. Finally, match started.
Fitness this season. 45 minutes here. I think
Nepal को जान रहा था
Stanislav, yeah.
Neat footwork there. Fan inside to Lobotka. This player doesn't tend to give the ball away too often. It's a neat one as well to Ugo Mayo. This is Araujo.
Okay, guys, enjoy the match. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and like the video. Keep supporting us. Support your love with us. Thank you. So, guys, enjoy this match now. See you after this match.
Josebez to Lobotka. Josebez stepping in clearly between the two central defenders, allowing Mathan and Mayo to push up as much as possible. Problems for Araujo under pressure from Dembele, got out of it well. Costas seeking Boufal.
This is one of the big differences, Simon, of this Celta side under Cardoso. They like to play the ball out from the back. That's why the centre-backs have been preferred in the last few weeks. Araujo and Costas both comfortable with the ball at their feet, and we've just seen how, okay, in the end they put the ball into touch, but at least they tried to play it across the defensive line and slowly out into attack.
Yeah, so used to seeing the Argentine pairing of Cabral and Roncaglia. But Cardoso made that change immediately. And that's what I mean as well about the team having to adapt to this new approach. It's not something you can have running like clockwork after just 3 games. Here's Ugo Mayo. Bryce, poor control, quickly collected by Alba. Lenglet will keep it in play. And went to throw in, that came off Bryce Mendez.
Speaking of the Celta defence, I'm a huge fan of Araujo. He's a player who I've followed a lot over the last few years. He's a Mexico international, and he's got a huge reputation in Mexico. Very much considered their best centre-back at the moment. He's quick. As we said before, he's good with the ball at his feet. He's good in the air. He's a big guy. Very, very dependable at the back. And he made a few mistakes in the early games for Celta, and I feel like people made their mind up too quickly about him, but he is a very, very talented defender.
Semedo dispossessed there. Foul, causing problems. Here's Lobotka. Iago Aspas.
Just wanna see a strolling free kick from Messi. Messi दाजुबाट एउटा free kick छियोस् यार.
Whips the cross in. It came off Semedo.
अनि रात त दामी हुन्छ यार.
Controlled by Busquets.
खतरा निन्द्रा हुन्छ है केटा. मेसी दाजुको एउटा free kick छिरोमा.
Be a throw in to Celta Vigo.
Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
Quickly taken by Mathan. Gets the return ball from Aspas. Lobotka. Mathan lost his footing. Piqué says thank you very much. Protecting that one, but being harried now by Bryce. Piqué goes down. Throw in to Celta. They want to take it quickly. Boufal, well blocked by Arturo Vidal. Bryce returning it to Mathan. Semedo this time putting it in touch. Celta know that if they want to get back into this game, it has to start now, really. Boufal back to Mathan, gives it away to Leo Messi. Piqué back to Ter Stegen. Plays that out so calmly, although it's collected by Mayo, who got there ahead of Jordi Alba, who took a knock in the process. Maxi Gomez. Oh, lovely ball in. Just wouldn't quite fall. Mayo's there too. And in the end, it's cleared. Araujo sending it back.
Brilliant one-touch football from Celta, wasn't it? How quickly they moved the ball, and that pass, that final pass from Maxi is astonishing.
I'll tell you what, they've silenced the Camp Nou, haven't they, since the restart? Here's Mathan. Costas. Jozabed. Lobotka. Jozabed again. Really playing with a three-man defence here, Celta. Mayo. Araujo forced to turn back. Under pressure from Suarez, finds Ruben Blanco. Here's Araujo again. Again back to the keeper, this time he sends it long. And out of touch. Good pressing there from Barca. And Alba just having a quick word with Iago Aspas, who seems to have taken a knock.
Oh, there's going to be a change. What a shame. He's asked to come off, Iago Aspas.
Yeah.
Well, that's like losing Messi for Celta. That's how important he is to them. It's a real pity, and you can see that he's absolutely gutted.
Maxi Gomez just trying to lift his spirits. In his place, it's going to be Fran Beltran. Player who came up through the ranks at Rayo Vallecano.
He's very talented, Fran Beltran.
Just 19 years of age.
I really like him. He started in central midfield. He's a very different player to Iago Aspas. Look at this, by the way, from the Barca fans.
Beautiful to watch and recognised by Iago Aspas. There aren't that many players who get that kind of response away from home when substituted. But anyone who loves Spanish football loves the way Iago Aspas plays.
Well, he's one of those special footballers, and we always used to say about Andres Iniesta and OK that he scored the goal that gave Spain their first and only World Cup win. But it's a similar thing with Iago Aspas. He's a player that's respected all over Spain because he is such a wonderful footballer to watch.
So we're going to see Maxi Gomez playing as the lone striker, with Celta absolutely cramming that midfield, I suppose.
Yeah, because Fran Beltran is a central midfielder.
Yeah. It's his first touch. Busquets hanging on, just losing out. Beltran again. Vidal with a firm challenge from behind. It looked like a clean one. The referee was closer than we are and was quick to blow. What an opportunity for the youngster. Seems like a harsh decision from referee Prieto Iglesias. It's Mathan. Just wrong-footed Boufal there. Vidal. Messi. Square to Suarez. Alba, first time to Dembele. Still Dembele. Rakitic. Oh, Vidal seemed to misread that one. But he wins it back off Mathan. I think was too anxious to protect that. Here's Semedo. And that'll be a free kick. It's been a cautious start to the second half from Barcelona.
Well, we've barely seen them in this area of the pitch, have we, in the opening 8 minutes of this second half? I think that was the first time Dembele had touched the ball, for example, in the build-up to this free kick.
Well, presumably we're going to see a set piece here rather than Messi trying to bend one in, but I mean, let nobody doubt it. He's quite capable of hitting the target from here. Floating it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Lobotka with the clearance, and there's Iago Aspas. He'll be massively disappointed to miss the opportunity of adding to his tally of goals against Barca. He's done well against them over the years.
Celta have done well against Barca over the last few years. In fact, Ter Stegen has conceded more goals against Celta in the last 5 games than against any other team. 12 goals in his last 5 appearances against Celta.
Vidal, wrong footing Semedo. It's a throw to Celta Vigo. Mathan to take it. Lobotka showing for the ball. Mathan over the top, brought under control by Bryce, but Rakitic was in there quickly to take it off him and wins the free kick. Well, again, Bryce quite entitled to go for that ball, but didn't get there. It's headed clear by Mayo. Lobotka under pressure from Messi, who's penalised for the challenge.
Ooh. I think they get a little bit lucky there, Celta. I'm not sure how much of a foul that is on Stan Lobotka.
Bryce! Not too far away. And the head goes to the hands. He struck that firmly. That was all started by a long clearance, a quick long clearance from Ruben. Mathan. Lobotka. Barcelona looking strangely subdued in this second half, and that's one of Celta's best chances yet, as this one swung in. Well dealt with indeed by Ter Stegen under pressure from Maxi Gomez. It came in just a bit high for the Uruguayan. Vidal plays it out, and that's a ball that is greeted by groans from the home fans.
It's something you said earlier, Simon, that the crowd have gone quiet. They really have. And as you say, groaning there, it's not got the same feel as the first half had in any way. The way Barca are playing, but also the way the fans are reacting.
Yeah, which doesn't really help the team. It kind of makes them slip into that feeling of, well, we're 2-0 up, 35 minutes to go, Christmas holidays coming up. At least there's some attempt from the fans behind Marc-Andre Ter Stegen in that special stand where the flags are out and the chanting comes from.
Yeah, it never stops. They sing throughout the game in that stand behind the goal.
But not making too much noise. Here's Leo Messi. Maybe he can excite them a bit as he tries to set up Luis Suarez, but the advantage always for Ruben Blanco. I was going to say, that chance from Bryce, it all started with a long clearance from Ruben, which we've only seen him do on that one occasion, and it really seemed to take Barca by surprise. Foul does well. Bryce, that's a good ball. Maxi gets into the area under pressure from Jordi Alba, who was nipping at his heels there. He overhits the cross and peels for, and I think gets a corner. Can Celta create any danger from here? Bryce Mendez is going to take it. He's played short. This is Boufal. He does really well to cut that one back, but nobody got a touch. Joseped will keep it going, puts it back into the mix. Advantage Ter Stegen. It's a good cross, really. Maybe just looped in a bit too high, but that's the area where Ter Stegen sometimes shows hesitation. Luis Suarez. Dembélé running into an offside position. Leo Messi onside. Messi. Well, in the end, played it square, but directly into the path of Lobotka.
Well, Dembélé was frustrated that he didn't get the ball earlier. He's made a great run here, and it would have been a simple pass for Suarez. Maybe just desperate to pick out Leo Messi, which is what he did in the end.
And that's an unusually inaccurate pass by Messi. He looks up. He's not trying to find Dembélé. He knows that it's Suarez getting into the far post. Here is Suarez again. This is a bit more like it from Barcelona. Leo Messi just trying to take on one man too many. Maxi Gomez goes down. Play on, says the referee. Clement Lenglet plays it back to the keeper. Busquets, Rakitic, Jordi Alba. Suarez across the face of the goal. Again, Jordi Alba involved in the setup. Luis Suarez, well, the expression on his face says it all, but again it's Alba. Look at that control. Gets it onto the right foot. Suarez onside, Araujo out of place. And he should really have been hitting the target from there.
It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it, from Jordi Alba? Left foot control, right foot pass. Stunning, and as you say, Suarez.
Where's our old Suarez?
Should be hitting the target.
That was 1-1. Should not have missed that. Come on, come on, come on. Oh.
Well, he did really well. He was aware of the arrival behind
Chances
him
are
box of Ivan
being
Rakitic.
created. Let's see. Can our players?
Down gives that one away. Down goes Josebeth.
Utilize that chances. Okay, free
Just
kick.
watching Celta, I think they've
no issue.
Now changed to a 4-2-3-1.
Hope you can see a hat-trick from Messi this time, my friends. Hope you can see a hat-trick from Messi.
Bryce Mendes,
okay guys, enjoy match.
And Boufal in front of them with Maxi, as you mentioned earlier, Simon leading the line on his own.
Something he's quite capable of doing. That was the moment when Iago Aspas picked up a knock. Well, cheeky one there. Problems for Costa, Lobotka. It's great to see Lobotka back in this Celta side.
Yeah, he's dynamite. He's such a good little player. Low centre of gravity, fantastic vision. Really calm and collected in possession as well.
You can tell he's not up to match rhythm though, because he's given the ball away more than is usual. His Suarez the flag up for offside. When you see him play 5, 6, 10 matches,
always an issue with Suarez about offside. I generally see him offside, my friends. Suarez प्रारसम्म offside में नहीं हेर्छु त के नै राम्रो प्लेयर हो स्ट्राइकर काम नै अलिकति अगाडि बढ्न भइहाल्छ let's see can our Barca score more. I guess it's substitute. Okay, substitute.
Another good performance from him. He replaced by Artur Melo.
Arthur and Arthur. Wow, but Milo and Vidal.
Vidal.
Enjoy, guys.
Got off to a bit of a dodgy start, really, to his Barca career. 1 or 2 comments of things he wasn't quite convinced about. Quickly learnt his lesson, I think, and is turning into a favourite of the fans here.
Yeah, started doing his talking on the training pitch, and that changed absolutely everything. It must have been frustrating. He's such an experienced player. He's been for many years now playing with Europe's elite. He's Copa America winner with his country, Chile. Such an important player for them as well. So to join Barca and sit on the bench when he knew what he could be giving to the team must have been frustrating. And we've seen in the last few weeks exactly what he can give this Barca side.
Lovely footwork for Messi. Finds Dembélé. Dembélé intercepted by Araujo. It's Boufal held back by Semedo. Free kick. Maxi Gomez is on the floor too. Seeing Artur come on to replace Arturo, the Brazilian does look in a way though like a better fit automatically for the Barca style of play. What's interesting to me is that Philippe Coutinho's on the bench and it's Arturo the automatic change. It must be frustrating for Coutinho.
Must be, but again, if you're going to make a change in midfield, you wouldn't be. Certainly, Ernesto Valverde wouldn't be bringing Felipe Coutinho into that middle three because, in his opinion, he's a bit of a liability in that area of the pitch, a bit of a luxury player. He'd come on for either Suarez or Dembélé.
Maxi getting in the way of Boufal's attempted ball. He previously been set up by Beltran, whipped in by Mayo, headed clear by Lenglet. Only as far as Josabed, his Boufal. Mathan. Beltran. Lobodka. Araujo. Josabed. To Mayo. Bryce. Josabed Sanchez. Beltran. Buffon gets away from Piquet's challenge. Mathan. The opportunity seems to have not been taken by Celta. Again, it was a nice move. And, well, Philippe Coutinho making his final adjustments before coming on. It's a big opportunity, I mean, an important opportunity for Coutinho. He has to impress Valverde with any minutes he gets, I think, from now on in.
If Coutinho come, I think
cool, calm and collected.
Dembele will be out.
Against Dembele.
Let's see Dembele or someone else, but I think Dembele might go out.
Bouncing awkwardly and well over the head of Mathan.
Coutinho's had more or less the same minutes as Dembele this season and just quite frankly hasn't performed as well, so it's not surprising that he's on the bench. He's got 4 goals, Dembele's got 7, he's got less assists as well, and I don't think he's such an exciting player. He's not the kind of player that's going to get the fans out of their seats as much as Dembele is, and I think they've really taken to Ousmane Dembele in recent weeks.
I think it's fair to say as well that whilst they've had the same more or less amount of minutes, they've got many more points with Dembele on the pitch than Coutinho. Not to say that's off the top of my head, but that's the general feeling I get.
I wouldn't be surprised. Certainly their recent run in form has been with Ousmane Dembele in the side. I mentioned earlier their last 3 games in La Liga, they've won an aggregate of 11-0, no goals conceded, and so far so good in this game as well. Another clean sheet.
Semedo combining with Messi. It's a rather lazy attempt, but Messi very nearly bundles it in and doesn't want to give up until Ruben Blanco has that ball clasped in his 2
what a
hands.
chance. That was great
Messi
to
there
give,
just
man.
appearing
And what a save.
right in the area, the 6-yard box.
Sorry for this.
Struggles to get to his feet.
Defender.
So, pretty casual attempt really from Semedo. I'm not even sure he might not have been trying to cross it. But it's Messi who wants it more than both Mayo and Araujo.
I think it was a shot from Semedo, but I do think the goalkeeper could have done a lot better. Ruben should be catching that one. You can see Leo Messi kicking out at the ball. Wasn't properly clasped by the goalkeeper, and in the end, Ruben made the save.
Well, here's the applause of the Camp Nou for Dembele.
Oof, as I said, Dembele.
With his own applause. And
Dembele to Coutinho.
On their feet.
Enjoy, guys.
The best performance by Ousmane Dembele, but there's been a couple of exciting moments where he's taken on defenders. He's linked up well with Leo Messi, and on comes Felipe Coutinho.
And the fans clearly sending him a message, because the decibel level rose when Coutinho came on. He's got a big opportunity here, the final quarter of the game. It's 2-0 to Barcelona. Celta have had to substitute their best player. Opportunity perhaps for Philippe Coutinho to shine.
And they haven't looked like the same team since Iago Aspas left the field of play, Celta. It's interesting to see Maxi take up the mantle and really bossing his teammates around, constantly gesticulating and conducting play really on the pitch.
Well, that's Coutinho's first touch. It ends up with a lost ball and a foul by Sergio Busquets on Bryce Mendez. Busquets, I think it's fair to say, not too happy with the decision.
Teammates with Spain, of course. Bryce Mendez recently called up. I'm sure Busquets will be a player that he respects and looks up to a great deal.
Josabez back to Araujo.
In fact, it was interesting to hear Mario Hermoso, Espanyol player, saying that when he joined up for the first time with the Spanish national team, it was Busquets more than anyone who took him under his wing, who sort of chatted to him and made sure he was okay and settling in okay.
Araujo, Costas, Lobotka. Araujo again. Ruben Blanco. Piqué got there ahead of Buffal, but unable to control it. This is Mathan. Beltran inside to Lobotka. Oh, it was an ambitious one towards Mayo. Lenglet. Artur. Surrounded by three Celta players, he managed to escape the pressure and made the pass pay. This is Piqué, Messi. Piqué. Semedo. Lays it off for Rakitic. That was a good idea from Rakitic. The ball comes to him eventually. This is Luis Suarez. Coutinho. Still Coutinho. Finds Messi. Mayo dispossesses him. You can see the thought process of Coutinho there, trying to get it onto his right foot for one of his trademark moves. That shot into the top right-hand corner didn't quite come off for him. In the end, Leo Messi wins the corner. He's not happy.
Well, he's not happy. He
lets you know when he's not happy, Leo Messi, doesn't he?
Very rarely see him like that, Leo Messi. He felt he was getting constantly fouled here by Hugo Mayo over on the right-hand side. You heard the fans behind the goal appealing for a free kick as well. Frustrated, Leo Messi.
We've often seen him, haven't we, with that kind of reaction, picking up a yellow card. On this occasion, referee Prieto just allowing Messi to let off steam a little bit. Here's Semedo. Busquets. Alba. Now Coutinho. Piqué to Clement Lenglet. Arthur. Rakitic. Ooh, nice ball, but spotted by Ruben Blanco, and Semedo a little late to see it. The idea was superb from Ivan Rakitic. Costas. Looking for Mayo, finding him this time. It's a chase for Beltran, but very well dealt with by Lenglet. 52% possession for Barca, 48% for Celta. Much of that 48% has come in this second half, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Barca dominated the first periods. As we said at half-time, it wasn't as though they'd created hundreds of goal-scoring opportunities, but they certainly cut the defence in half on a couple of occasions in that first half and just had more quality than Celta above all. But they put up a fight. Celta Vigo, at times they move the ball so quickly, so well, but they aren't the same team without Iago Aspas.
Leo Messi offside. It's a bit frustrated, Leo Messi, because the flag was up, the whistle had gone. He still tried to chip Ruben Blanco. Clearly offside. No?
Quite close, I think.
So Costas maybe played him in.
It's one of those that there was, even seeing the replay, a doubt in my mind, so the linesman's now told to keep the flags down until the play is over, so I don't really know why he lifted his flag.
Pione Sisto about to come on for Celta. Well, a massive talent. Problems here for Costas.
Yeah, he's a great player, Pione Sisto. Another Dane. Lots of them at Celta. Had a brilliant start to the campaign last season. He was La Liga's top assist giver for the first 10-12 weeks. In the end, Messi overtook him. But he's a very talented footballer. Can be slightly frustrating at times because he can take on too many men, one too many defenders, give the ball away. But when he's on his game, he's a real talent.
Well, it's not going to be Pione Sisto, is it? As David Costas limps off. I'm assuming the logical substitution is to bring on
start the match. Start the match.
Unless Costas is able to continue. He seemed absolutely out for the count. Well, it is Pione Sisto to replace Sofiane Boufal. Slightly disappointing performance, I think, from Boufal, as it has been from all of Celta's more creative players.
It's true, he hasn't set the pace alight, has he, Boufal, as he quite often can do, because he is extremely skillful.
Well, extremely skillful is Pione Sisto too. With electric pace, usually starting off on the left flank. Here is a chance for him to get to this one. Lays it off nicely to Price. Beltran back to Sisto. Here's Mayo. Drives in the cross. Headed clear by Lenglet. Collected by Coutinho. Alba looking to link with Suarez. José Sanchez, Mayo to Beltran, gets the return ball. Not good from Mayo, although Piqué will have to clear under pressure from Maxi Gomez, so too will Lenglet now. Lobovka collecting it. Sisto jumps over it or misreads it. And the shot from Mathan takes a deflection. It'll be a Celta Vigo corner. It's a slightly desultory second half performance by Barcelona, I think.
Yeah, and by the fans themselves as well, because they're not making too much noise. The atmosphere's dried up basically inside the camp now, but partly because Barca aren't playing the same brand of football that they were.
Can they score? Can they score? Can they score? Can they score? Oh! Wow! What a save!
Helped out by Luis Suarez. That's the closest Celta.
That was the great free kick, man. That was a great corner. I'm sorry for free kick. That was a great corner.
Goal scorers on the pitch, even without Iago Aspas.
And Barcelona losing possession on a more regular basis now. This is Pione Sisto.
Yes,
Price
true.
wide to Mathan.
Are losing their possession.
Sisto.
Celta is playing well.
In acres of space, Sisto sees him, picks him out. Beltran. Lobotka. Sisto.
Celta is playing well, my friends. But
gets away
look, can he? Can he? No penalty, my friend. No penalty.
Crying out for a first-time effort.
Yeah, I think also the first touch let him down. Yeah. It was a heavy touch.
There's Piqué.
Awesome free kick. Sorry. Awesome tackle by Gerard Piqué.
Suarez to
Semedo.
Oh, it's a good ball for Rakitic. Rakitic with the knee first touch, well defended by Costas, who's recovered miraculously. I mean, he really did look out for a while
he did.
He was getting treatment.
Really hobbled off, didn't he?
It's Lobovka.
Let's go. They're playing well now.
Pione Sisto.
They're fully energetic now, man.
Him. Mathan cuts it back. Beltran shot blocked by Piqué, and Busquets plays the ball out. Messi. Really good from Leo.
Coutinho.
Coutinho.
Messi.
Messi again.
Coutinho.
Ooh. For the third or fourth occasion, reading the danger very, very well.
Free kick.
Maxi penalised for that challenge on Piqué. It's a battle out there between the two of them. Yeah, there was that first.
Sorry for my
interruption,
but I said you.
Here's the resulting corner.
Due to copyright issue.
Maxi. Really well defended in the end.
Semedo.
And you get the impression if it hadn't been Beltran, but a slightly more physical character.
Can he go? Can he go for free kick?
Celta could be right back in the
game.
Can
he go for free kick?
But you're right. It was really good defending from Semedo. Uses his body very, very intelligently. Gets between the ball and Beltran and makes it very difficult for him.
Really intelligent header there on the near post by Maxi Gomez. Maybe that'll be the spark to wake Barcelona up a little bit. Problems here for Arthur.
Well played, Arthur.
To get out of them. Free kick given in his favour as we move into the final 10 minutes of the game. Ernesto Valverde, as is his want.
10 minutes left, guys. Can Messi score a terrifying goal with his free kick?
The calendar year for Ernesto Valverde. Barca know that there'll be 3 points.
No free kick. Okay, I just need more goals from Lionel Messi or Suarez.
Behind Football Club Barcelona, and what will please Ernesto Valverde even more is that it's yet another clean sheet. It'll be 13-0 on aggregate in the last 4 games should it stay like this.
Nice run from Bryce. Here's Pione Sisto.
What pass?
It's not over yet though, and Valverde will be
their side. Oh, he missed it. He missed that chance.
A little bit of gnar kick in his running. Arturo gives it away. Nearly wins it back for the attempt from Beltran. He was falling backwards.
Good attempt, my friend. Good attempt.
Did well, really, to get a shot off, but absolutely no problems there for Marc-Andre ter Stegen. But Barcelona need to wake up. The fans have woken up, it seems, over the last few moments, because really, I mean, 1 goal now, and Barca are going to find themselves in a very anxious situation. And we're certainly looking closer to a 2-1 than a 3-0 right now.
No question, and if Barca continue to make poor mistakes at the back like they just did with Artur, that was a ridiculous pass from Artur inside his own area. Gifted it to Pione Sisto, and Beltran almost getting one back for Celta. It was a really good opportunity. And they've got to wake up and return to the races.
Come on, Barca. What are you doing, guys? Come on, Messi. Messi, come on. Messi. Oh, Coutinho. No, Alba.
Ooh. Messi, but it got away from him, and it was well defended by Araujo. Lovely little change of direction there from Bryce.
From few games, I'm very disappointed with Rakitic and his gameplay.
And, Coutinho doing well. I really need Maxi nearer the goal though. Lobotka to Sisto. Beltran returning it. Maxi, Sisto. Bryce Mendez tries a shot.
What a save. And what a shot. Ground to the Damian.
Really good football from Celta. It's a comfortable save. He would have been very disappointed to have been beaten at his near post there, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. But more than anything, it was the build-up. It was Maxi into Pione Sisto, into Maxi again, into Bryce Mendez in the shot. And we've not seen much better than that from Celta in this game.
And Barca struggling to play the ball out under any kind of control. Here's Jozabed. Lobotka. Mathan. Sisto. We said before the game started that the Celta bench was impressive looking, and the likes of Lobotka, Pione Sisto coming on have made a difference. Here is Lobotka. And Beltran as well, of course. Busy presence up front. Lobotka. Bryce just failing to link with Pione Sisto. Busquets takes advantage, finds Rakitic. There's one for Suarez to chase.
Gani.
Some support.
Gani, no.
Make his pass pay. Picked up by Pione Sisto. Bryce Mendez. Mathan. Bryce. Bertrand back to Lobotka. Josebed, Lobotka again. Araujo.
Look how they're defending as a four. Football Club Barcelona with Coutinho over on the left-hand side.
Oh, collected there by Longley. This is Coutinho. Hacked down from behind by Hugo Mayo.
Ernesto Valverde, very key that his teams are never outnumbered in midfield. And because Celta have thrown on so many midfielders in this second half, especially after Iago Aspas had to leave the field of play, because they've gone to a 4-2-3-1 formation, it means that Coutinho's got a lot of defending to do to sit back and help out.
Semedo wins the throw for Football Club Barcelona. 5 minutes to go, still 2-0. And well, what the home fans will be wanting is for Barca either to add to that advantage or to string together a few more passes than they've been doing of late. Here's Rakitic. Does really well to shake off the attentions of Pione Sisto. Leo Messi. Cross in towards Suarez.
Guys,
overhit.
Uta EPL में मैनचेस्टर युनाइटेड वर्सेस रैपिड सिटी में मैन्यू 4 गोल हानेछ अनि रैपिड सिटीले 1 गोल हानेछ उताबाट गोल हान्ने Montreal, Lingard in penalty and Rashford अनि opponentबाट that is Darford Cityबाट Camarasa in penalty.
Because if you're going to compare Alignat to someone,
it's out English Premier League.
Style player, Artur certainly has been compared to Xavi.
Real Madrid was AI Anima, Madrid 4.
Alignat slightly more attacking.
Alani 1.
Probably got a few more goals in his
Real Madrid 1.
He's done well, hasn't he, when he's
Cup World Cup, Club World Cup.
Chance. Yeah, he does look like the real deal. And I think in a club like Barca, those comparisons that you've just made are
Bayern Munich and Frankfurt ma
I'm sure Ernesto Valverde in both cases the comparisons
goal गर्ने मान्छे दुबै रेबरी
I bet he wouldn't mind if there was a player that coming through the youth team that they could compare to Leo Messi.
अनि असिस्ट गर्ने एउटामा रोबर्ट लेवेडस्की
Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Semedo.
Yellow card by De Jongman.
It's it straight at Mathan. Lobotka. Josebed.
Okay guys, यति मात्र अरु प्रिमियर लिगहरुको बारेमा
I had no idea where that
यता इन्जोय गर्नुहोस् हजुरहरु.
Mathan in to Beltran.
Thank you. Now my time's up. Yeah. Enjoy the match. Enjoy every match. Please don't forget to like, my friends, please, and keep supporting us.
You're right about the comparisons, though, Simon, and something that Xavi's always said when he joined Barca, when he took the step up from
and sorry for my voice because I'm in a hostel and my roommates are sleeping, so I'm
so much pressure to him.
Trying to talk how much slow I can, and my voice is too harsh due to cough.
Right, I'm sure Ernesto Valverde will be keen.
Enjoy.
These players aren't compared to former Barca greats like Xavi and Iniesta.
I mean, the comparisons really come from the tremendous loss people feel with players like Xavi and Iniesta no longer forming part of this squad, having really been part of the DNA of the team for so many years. And so it is logical that people desperately want there to be a new Xavi or a new Iniesta, but they're irreputable players to my mind. Alignat looks like a real prospect and looks like he could have an absolutely golden future. Who knows whether at Barcelona or not, but I think it's a real tough one to say that anybody could be comparable with Iniesta. Just look what Iniesta's still doing in Japan.
Yeah, scoring incredible goals. And he's a firm fan's favourite over there, as you knew he would be. Well, he's a fan's favourite wherever he goes.
Corner for Celta. They're running out of time. The 6th corner of the game. Really put too much pressure on Marc-Andre ter Stegen. It's been a serious performance by Barcelona again. Ter Stegen plucking that one out of the air without any difficulty. Artur finds Leo Messi, and Gerard Piqué storming forward through the centre. He wants his goal, doesn't he? Coutinho thinks about a shot, and it's blocked.
He wants his goal.
Suarez. Yeah.
It would do his confidence the world of good. Felipe Coutinho is finding himself more and more on the bench.
He is, and he just doesn't. The body language doesn't seem right to me. He doesn't look particularly inspired or happy on the pitch. There's something a little bit sullen about him when he comes on. I want to see a Brazilian player playing with these fantastic players in this team, in this ground, with a bit of bounce, a bit of a bounce in the balls of his feet, a bit of a smile on his face. You don't get that impression with Coutinho.
No, it's true.
Good challenge from Rakitic. It falls to Messi. Lays it off to Alenya.
He is a player that can add that bounce, no question about it, Felipe Coutinho, and we've seen it on many occasions throughout his career at Espanyol, of course, as well, but at Liverpool in the English Premier League. But at the moment, you're right, he does look slightly sullen. I think it's the perfect way to describe him.
Hugo Mayo penalised again. Jordi Alba furious because Mayo has committed foul after foul after foul after foul, and I think Alba expected him to see at least a yellow card.
I don't think it's going to make too much difference to the game whether or not he sees a yellow card at this stage.
Of course it's not, but I mean, I'm sure that's why Alba was annoyed.
No, definitely.
Referee Prieto. I mean, Suarez standing over this one. You've got to assume it's going to be Messi, but clearly set up better for the right foot. I just wonder if maybe Coutinho.
I was going to say,
no, it's Messi.
Which makes you wonder why Coutinho isn't stood over it as well.
No, Suarez as well. Who will take it?
No, he's not. He's there on the edge of the box.
Messi score? Can Messi score? Can Messi
and
score?
That shows
or
the
Suarez?
Shift. Maybe a few months ago,
can
he would have been stood over this ball.
Can they score?
Right.
Messi. Ooh.
I mean, that's not a position for a left footer to take the free kick, is it?
Yeah, I thought miss. But that was a close, man.
Crossbar, didn't it?
It completely wrong-footed Ruben as well. Yeah. That's so close. It's almost like he left it, but he didn't. It's completely wrong-footed him. He thinks Messi's going to go over the wall. He's just a little genius.
I mean, it's what we always say. If you're the keeper, I mean, you do your homework, you look where the last few free kicks have gone, and it being Leo Messi, they could go absolutely anywhere. Really tough for the keeper. Araujo picks out Hugo Mayo.
That was really close, man. I guess Swaddle in Portugal.
Leaves it for Mafan.
Let's see what happens next.
Bryce. It's cleared.
Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
Collecting it. Lebonka on top of him straight away, and
enjoy.
Coutinho penalised for that challenge. It'll be the final move of the game, a Celta free kick.
I guess it's last match. We can't see a hat-trick from our legend Lionel Messi.
Capable of
my legend, sorry, because I love Messi more than Ronaldo.
So useful for
but we know Messi and Ronaldo both are the best player in this era.
On the playing surface.
But keep enjoying.
Piqué with the headed clearance put back into the mix by Araujo.
No discrimination, guys. I love Messi,
playing it out.
But it doesn't mean I don't like Ronaldo. I like Ronaldo as well.
2018 comes to an end for the leaders of LaLiga Santander Football Club Barcelona. 3 more points in the bag, and the final score.
Well played, boys. Well played.
2-0.
Good game.
Goals
oh, Iniesta
from Dembele and Leo Messi, and well, Cardoso.
Well played.
Won't be too unhappy.
Okay, guys.
With certain aspects, especially of the second half performance.
See you guys soon again in another video.
Best,
related with our channel Sports Tech or Sports.
It was a professional win, I think, Simon.
Hope you guys like
not
this
the most
video.
Spectacular game of football, not
please support us.
As we'd hoped, but
subscribe our channel.
Cardoso's first defeat.
Bye. Till then, bye. Good night. Sweet dreams, everyone. See ya.
And for Barca, well, they go into the winter break. No.